Hello. Today is day 2 of the 42-day challenge, Feel Good Rebellion Mindful Movement, with Leela Veronica and her Riverstone Movement series. I love working with high performers, entrepreneurs, business owners, corporate execs, people who are go-getter types. And one of the things I know is that a lot of people are sitting at their computer a lot, and they're static, or maybe they're driving a lot. And one thing I teach is how to be more dynamic in your body, even while you're sitting. So today we are on day 2, and we focused on dynamic alignment and how to move your body in a curvy, I'm going to show you, in a curvy, fluid, open way. And I'm so excited to share with you. I have a new student who said at the end of class today, she said, I've never moved my body like this before. That is exactly why I teach this, because most people have been taught to stand up straight, shoulders back, tuck in the abs, tuck the tail. So that's more military. And what I'm bringing to you is more animal, less mechanical, less structured, rigid, and more full body fluidity. Not without a system. It's very much, you have your whole mind, there's a system to it. So your heart is up, your hips are back, your head is lifted, your arms are forward, your knees are bent, your toes are down, your fingers are soft. Your neck and waist is nice and long. And the reason I'm sharing this today is because when I first found this, it was called Shri Diva, which means divine destiny. And then it shifted to bowspring, which the idea is the body bows and then springs. And then I've developed Riverstone Movement to create just short 10-minute sequences that use body part names instead of pose names. And I remember sitting in a studio in Long Island, New York, my first time being exposed to this in 2014. And I remember my heart opening and physically feeling love for myself for the first time in my entire life. I thought I loved myself, but physically feeling it was a whole different perspective. And I remember sitting there listening to John Friend, the teacher, and Desi Springer, the creator of this, the two of them together. And I remember sitting there and listening to them. And my thoughts kept saying, I don't know what this is, but it just makes sense. I don't know what this is, but it just makes sense. And that was the impetus for me to quit my career, move across the country, train, teach, start a business, and do all of this that I'm doing right now, and created Riverstone Movement years later. And I just want to, bring this to you because if you're somebody who has any sort of discomfort, unease, challenges in your body, I can show you a whole different way to position your body, a whole different shape to put your body in. I can show you a whole different way to engage your body all at once, not little parts like working your bicep, working your abs, working your booty, but everything all at once, not only when you're working out, but also when you're driving, working at the computer, walking in the grocery store. All the time, you can reposition your body. And over time, the body starts to just take that position naturally. And then I can teach you how to move differently, how to move with lightness, with ease, with grace, with elegance. And I know that you may have done other fitness programs. This isn't really a fitness program. You will be working with your body, but it is more about bringing your mind to your body so that you can move through the world in a whole new way so that the world moves through you in a whole new way. And so I just wanted to celebrate day 2 of the 42-day challenge by sharing one thing that a new student said, that I've never moved my body this way before. And that's exactly why I teach what I teach. That's exactly why I learned this, 9 years ago. And it's exactly why I'm here sharing it with you, because I know that when you open your physical form, you open your mental, emotional form as well. So if you want to learn more, let me know. I just had a client yesterday. Her husband is actually having an elbow issue we worked on, and we didn't actually work on the elbow specifically. We worked on the rib cage and the hand more than anything, because the rib cage and the hand were actually causing the elbow issue. And I am working with another client who has a hooked tailbone, and she's been to chiropractors and physical therapists and massage and all these different other, practitioners. And what we're doing together in terms of opening up, particularly the back of her hips, opening up the glutes on the backside, the pelvic floor on the backside, is giving her more relief than she's been able to find with all these other practitioners. And so I know what this work can do for you. If you've got any sort of back, neck, knee, foot, elbow, wrist, hand. I've worked with another client who her wrist was, really bugging her for years. Another one whose thumb was really bugging for years. Another one whose ankle really bugging for years. And all of them have been able to, I don't want to use the H word, H-E-A-L, because you're not supposed to legally, but all of them have been able to use this physical form that I teach and the engagement that I teach to shift into feeling good instead of being in discomfort. I'm not allowed to say P-A-I-N either. That's illegal. So if you want to learn more about how I teach this body system, if you want to embrace your body in a whole new way that you've never done before, send me a little message. If you want to test out what this is like, what my teaching might be like, you can also download a complimentary training at bodywithleela.com, get a little heart pulsing practice, and you may understand it or you may not. And if you don't, it's okay. Message me and I'll help you. So if you have tried different movement systems before, different kind of exercises, different kind of ways to sit, stand, walk, move through space, posture practices, anything, and you're still not feeling good, let's talk. I will hop on a call. I'll give you an assessment. I'll show you what's going on in your body. I can look at your whole physical form and look at it from a system, a holistic approach, and say, okay, if your elbow is bothering you, it's actually your rib cage collapsing, for example. If your hip is bugging you, it might be because you're locking your knee. So we can hop on a call. I can give you an actual physical assessment, look at you and give you some tips, and then you can decide if you want to work with me in the membership in the group, Riverstone Movement, or we can do some private work together. But either way, happy holiday. You deserve to feel good. I will see you soon.